What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you a deck tech for Dark Alice. This is going to be a series. I'm going to make as many decks as I can for you guys, but I'm starting off with the one that I play locally. Sorry about the camera angle. I'm trying to figure out a better way to set that. In the next video, hopefully I'll have something figured out, but for now this is the way it's going to have to be. Alright, so obviously our ruler is going to be Dark Alice. Then we'll go into the stones. We got 1 Grubalesta. We got 4 Magic Stone of Heaven's Rift. And then 5 Darkness Magic Stones. Alright, then now we're going to go into the creatures, or resignators rather. Sorry, used to be a Magic player. Got 2 Mephistopheles, 3 Dark Arthur, 3-0 the Magus of Null, 3 Mozart, 4 Jeanne d'Arc, the black one, the shadow, and then 4 Dark Faria. Now, I tried playing the Shadow Tribe and it just does not seem to work out. This actually seems to be working much better with stat negation. Mozart's pretty good. He when he dies, they sacrifice someone, or you can pump him and make him bigger with Arffer. You can sack him with Mephistopheles. I've even had an instance where I J-activated Alice, killed Mozart just to get something else off their field. So I called 2 drops. It killed all their 2 drops, and then they had to sack their last creature. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the spells. We got 4 Stoning to Death. Kills anything. Doesn't deal damage. Really good right now. We got 4 Unseen Pressure. With all the stat negation, it's a really cheap, good removal spell. We got 3 Spiral of Despair. So this combo is really good with Scorn of Dark Alice, because once you play this on turn 1 and play Spiral on turn 2, they barely have any. They've got maybe 1 card left in hand, and it leaves a lot of people frustrated, which is kind of hilarious to watch. Probably not to them, but it is to me. Moving on to the next spells, we got 4 Artemis Bow. 0 cost removal, what more to say? I got 2 Schrodinger, the black cat. I tried 3. 3 seems like too much. You don't really want to draw into it most of the time. Drawing into 1 is okay, but you don't want to draw into multiples. And you want to have a target for your J-activate. And then 1 Necronomicon. Being able to recur all your removal spells back is really good. Being able to put, Arthur, Mephistopheles back on the field is really good. But I didn't want to run more than 1 because, I mean, it doesn't do any good if you draw multiples. And a lot of times you don't really need it. It's just kind of supplemental. Alright, moving on to the sideboard. I've got Vlad Tempest. This is mostly for the Reflect Refrain control matchup, because that card is really fucking annoying, and I wanted something that combats it. It's also pretty good in other control matchups. It's good against Blazer, because you don't want to flip Dark Alice against Blazer anyway, so their ruler kind of sits on the field, doesn't do anything. Ours sits on the field and gains us life when we have the extra will open. 1 Ebony Prophet. I don't really use this very much, but it's for the Alice's World matchup, which I actually have not faced yet, so I'm thinking about taking him out. So I don't really have, some experience with him. I don't know if he's that good or not, but he's in there just in case. 4 Barrier Shadow for the Regalia matchups. Anything that's running heavy Regalia, I'll board this in. It's also okay against the Reflect Refrain matchup. It slows them down a lot. So sometimes I'll board in like 1 or 2 against them. If I'm playing against Valentina 2.0, then I'll board in all 4 and mulligan until I have at least 1 or 2. Then 4 Death Scythe, pretty self-explanatory. Also for the Valentina matchup, because that's one of the harder matchups. 2 Nyarlathotep, the Usurper. Even though you don't have a lot of creatures to incarnate her with, she's really good in control matchups. There's a few people at my local that play control, and it's just good to get another good card out of their hand. And then we got one Dark Pulse for when you're playing against like fairies or aggro. It kind of just blows out most aggro. We don't have a lot of aggro hate in the sideboard just because that's not really a big deal for us. Almost all our cards kill stuff or remove stuff from the hand, so a lot of times the aggro matchups aren't going to be able to keep anything on the board anyway. And then 2 Sign to the Future. It's a little bit cheaper for Dark Pulse, so it's better against hyper aggro. And that's why I actually play white. Another reason I play white is because I'm going to try and find spot for what is that guy's name? The guy that lets you draw a card when they discard a card and get something from your graveyard when a resonator dies. I don't remember what his name is, but I'm gonna try using him. Leave it in the comments if you know his name. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the deck right there. I've really enjoyed playing it. It's a lot of fun, and it's really frustrating for a lot of decks because they can't do anything about it. And I'm probably going to continue to play it. I'm going to continue to tweak it, maybe add a little bit more white in there. It's just a splash anyway. I tried red. There's not really a whole lot in red that I want other than Flame of the Outer World. So, I mean, it's better mostly black anyway. The mono black is just fine. Let me know what decks you guys want to see. I'll probably put out another one in a couple days. If you guys end up liking this, I'll put out some budget decks. I'll put out some good decks. I think I'm going to do Knights of the Round Table next, or maybe I don't know, maybe a Dracula deck or something like that. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know how I can improve these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.